Rains once filled this valley with a great lake that supported hundreds of species. Now it is an empty wasteland. As far as the eye can see are salt flats rising to over 49 degrees Celsius or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Many months have passed since the last rains, but the animals who remained here are perfectly built to survive these extreme conditions. In the distance, a tiny dot crawls across the landscape. It is a magzari, the sole predator that remains here in the dry season. It travels more than 3 kilometers every day to reach the center of this dry wasteland. It is not thirst that drives this traveler, but instead food. The lawardia stands tall against the endless white backdrop of the salts. They gather in hundreds here, never leaving this precious waterhole. They are filter feeders and consume the plankton-like animals that infest these waters. These microbes are nitrivores. That means they feed on the salt. Paradoxically, this causes the center of the lake to be less salty than the shores. Competition for a spot to feed is incredibly fierce. This male is an outsider due to his smaller size. He hasn't eaten in more than 2 weeks, and he will do anything to feed. His skin turns pale without the blue pigment absorbed from the food. There is no mercy here. A dark blue male sees the challenger and charges. It is already over for the small male. Experience is everything, and the older male easily tips over his rival. The small male is too weak to stand. In the distance, a magzari is moving in. His acute hearing allows him to pick up the distress call of the fallen lawardia. He approaches. Even in this weakened state, the lawardia can still kill the much smaller magzari. The spines along the back of the lawardia whisper of a once great killer that roamed these plains, something greater than the magzari. With a single swing of his great head, lawardia opens himself up for a single devastating bite to the throat. In dry times, this mostly solitary magzari is not above sharing his kill. There is plenty to eat. The deaths of the lawardia pave the way for the next generation, and not just among the magzari. Females lay eggs during the late dry season when the weak have perished and the naturivores can recover their members. For a month before the rains return, the tiny pool that remains is filled with new life. The magzari begins a long trek back to his den on what will become the coast of the Great Salt Lake. Soon he too will rear his young in this tiny pocket of life.